Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with a quick review of the Orei UHD-WPE230-K HDMI extension kit. This product makes it incredibly easy for you to share all of your HDMI media content from one location with a second remote location up to 230 feet away over a single Cat 6 or a Cat 7 LAN cable. The product fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content and is both HDMI 2.0B as well as HDCP 1.4 and 2.2 compliant. The kit includes a set of infrared blasters that will collect up the remote control signals from that second location and send those back over the same LAN cable to the primary location where they're rebroadcast so you can remotely control the content you're watching. Finally, the product employs the very latest in power over cable technology, which means a single power supply plugged in at the receiver end provides all the power required to operate the entire solution. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and the receiver. I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. And then I'll come back and point out a few things that really separate this particular HDMI extension kit from a lot of other products you may be considering. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find the transmitter unit. And you'll notice that it's designed to fit into a standard wall box. It's a very neat installation. It almost looks like a switch or an outlet box, and it comes with a really nice cover, so it gives you a really professional installation. You'll also find the receiver unit, and this is located at your remote location. You'll find a single 24-volt DC 1-amp power supply. You can plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and that plugs directly into the back of the receiver, and that provides all the power you'll need for the entire solution. You'll find a bracketing kit for the receiver. You'll find some connections you can use on the back of the transmitter as well. You'll find two infrared blasters. There's a larger unit with a little bigger head right here, and that goes at the receiver end. This one is a little bit smaller, and that goes at the transmitter end. And essentially what happens is this one picks up the remote control signals from that second location, and they're rebroadcast out of this one at your primary location. You'll also find a warranty card and a full instruction manual that explains everything you'll need to know about this solution, including connection diagrams and specifications and other really good information. So always read through the manual to get the best value out of the product. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and the receiver, and then I'll come back and point out a few things that I really like about this particular kit that you can use to compare it to others you might be considering. Inside the kit, you'll find the transmitter module and the receiver module. And both of these feature full metal enclosures, which make them incredibly durable and really the perfect solution for both commercial and residential installations. Let's start with the transmitter module. Now, the design of this was really built to fit into a standard electrical wall box, and I like that a lot because it really neatens up the installation. You can mount this in the wall box, put the faceplate on the front of it, and it looks just like any other outlet in the room. And I also like the fact that if you're using it occasionally, you can unplug the cable and it's just in your wall. It's not on your floor where you're tripping over it like you would with some of the other HDMI extension kits. Now on the front of the unit, you'll find a full-size HDMI port right there. That connects to whatever media device you'd like to share the content from with your remote location. Standard HDMI port. Above that is a grounding lug that's also a strain relief. A lot of the HDMI cables come with a little cable off the side that you can actually attach right there, provide a little extra strain relief. To the right of that is an LED labeled active. Now this system uses power over cable technology, which means the minute you plug the receiver module in, all the power required for this module is sent over the connecting LAN cable between them. So once that power has been applied to the receiver and the LAN cable has been connected at both ends, this unit will go through a power on self-test, and when it passes that LED will come on letting you know it's ready to use. On the rear of the unit, you'll find several connections. There's a LAN port right here at the top, and that's where you'll connect one end of the Cat 6 or Cat 7 cable between the transmitter and the receiver. Then there's a series of connections on the bottom labeled DC 24 volts, RS-232, IR for infrared, and 5 volt out. And these don't have to be used under most circumstances. They're optional connections, but these are fully explained in the manual, and if you want to take advantage of those, I recommend reading through the manual and making your connections here. They also include in the kit connectors for each of these ports to make that wiring up easy. And that's pretty much it for the transmitter module. Now the receiver module again is a full metal enclosure. There are ventilation slots on either side that are designed to let any warm air that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a really comfortable temperature. On the bottom, more ventilation slots, mounting holes on either side that you can use with the included bracketing kit to mount this up off the ground and out of the way. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left is a DC input port. That's used with the included power supply. You'll simply plug that into a wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there, and you can finger tighten the collar. To the right of that is another LAN port, and that's where the other end of that Cat6, Cat7 cable from the transmitter plugs in. To the right of that is a full-sized HDMI port labeled HDMI out. This connects to your local monitor. Again, use a high-quality HDMI cable for that connection. To the right of that are two infrared blaster ports, IR in and IR out. These are 3.5mm ports that are used with the infrared blaster kits. You're going to want to plug the larger one into the infrared in and maybe the smaller one into the infrared out. Finally, to the right of that is an RS-232 connection block. You can control this to a certain extent with RS-232 control signals, and if you're going to use that, again, it's explained in the manual. That's where you'll make that connection. That's pretty much it for the kit. I hope that closer look was helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the Orei UHD-WPE230-K HDMI extension kit with other products you may be considering. The first thing has to do with the configuration of the kit. Most HDMI extension kits have a transmitter and receiver that look just like this, and they work okay, but what I really like about this kit is that the transmitter was designed to fit into a standard wall box, which makes the installation so incredibly neat. So you can actually mount this in the wall, put the faceplate on it, and it looks just like any other outlet. So I really like the fact that the transmitter side can be mounted in the wall, I can connect up to it when I need to and disconnect when I don't, and it's not dangling behind my media center. Another big difference is the fact that this kit fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content at 60 frames a second. And that's important because a lot of HDMI extension kits on the market may support 4K, but it may only be 30 frames a second, or it might even be 1080p, which is going to greatly reduce the resolution at that remote location. So knowing I've got a kit that fully supports 4K at 60 means I'm going to get the best possible resolution at my remote location. Another key difference is the distance of extension. A lot of kits on the market will only extend the HDMI media content 50 feet or 100 feet. This one can extend to 230 feet, which provides a lot of flexibility for where I locate that secondary site. The infrared blasters are really important as well because a lot of the kits don't include those. And if you don't have the infrared blasters, you essentially have to start the media content and then run to the second location and watch it, start to finish. By having infrared blasters, I can actually remotely control the content I'm watching from that secondary location because these pick up those remote control signals and send them back over the LAN cable to the primary site where they're rebroadcast to control that content. And then finally, this kit uses power over cable technology, which is really important because that means a single power supply at the receiver end provides all the power needed for the entire solution because the power required for the transmitter is sent over that same LAN cable, which greatly simplifies your wiring and eliminates the need to have a power supply at that primary side. So everything you need to get started is included with the kit. It's incredibly easy to use and just does a wonderful job of sharing HDMI media content, again, with a secondary location up to 230 feet away. I think it's absolutely amazing. So I like it a lot. I've been using it in the house for quite some time. I think you're going to like it as well. So thanks a lot for watching. And until next time, as always, stay nerdy.